It was the most demoralising thing ever.
And then we go to the next round and we're still in 7th, and then the whole field swapped on us.
Yeah. So
And then you grabbed the paper and slid it back.
It was in my mind. I was just like, oh.
I thought that's what you were going to pick.
G'day everyone, welcome to the Drivers Only Queensland edition. You've got Anton, Matt and James, myself. So here we go, guys. What do you reckon? We should probably start off with Sydney, I guess. I thought you won the race, but turns out you didn't.
I thought I was going to win
before
too.
we're getting changed. I'm like, didn't you win last weekend?
Nah, I was damn close. The guys went on the one-stop strategy, and it was hard, man. Like I think I heard on the I heard after the race because one of our guys heard Chaz say his team asked him if he wanted to do the one-stop, and Chaz said nah. He backed out of it, so I thought I was.
I also backed out of it.
Did you?
Wheel spinning on lap 8. I was like, I'm not making another 15 like this.
I got asked, and I was like, guys, are you watching the same race I'm actually in? The amount of pain. When you finished, or when whoever won, Chaz, I was coming out of turn 3, so that was the most demoralising thing ever. You come out, you see the fireworks, and I'm like, yeah, it's been a good day in the office.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to
Turn
do.
3's a while away.
Was there anyone involved in any craziness? I half spun your teammate at the start of the second race. Coming
Yeah,
down
I think
into
he spoke
turn
about
4.
that. Yeah,
on
he
the
was,
way out,
he
he
was
had-
not happy about that.
No, he had a
yeah.
slight dig at me, and I was like, come on, Richie, it's all good.
Nah, I didn't really get in. Oh, actually, no, there was a bit of hard battling in the second race on Sunday. Oh, Woody and Percat were getting into each other.
Yep.
He's got 2 spots at the fastest spot, and they're still battling, still alongside each other. Absolutely hammering each other, and Woody's copped a whack, and so is Reynolds. He's going to go well off the racetrack. So does Ryan Wood.
That was big.
That was
That
pretty
was-
intense.
That was, there was a lot of history, WA history there. It was like,
absolutely.
you took my seat.
I saw that.
I was the
aggro.
one car in front of it, and I was just like cruising. I'm like, oh, yeah, got
Yeah.
Woody behind me. And it's, look, there's no one
then
behind
no
me. I was
one.
like, oh, okay, that's a big shit fight.
Yeah,
That's always a party time when that happens.
Yeah,
isn't
you're
it?
like, oh,
Yes.
cool, I can just save the tyre now. I'm laughing.
That
Didn't
is a good
work,
time.
but
it was massive. Like it was heaps intense. Like the guys were just as soon as like Percat tried to get past, like Woody was like nah, and he just came over on him and he just into his door, and I'm like, oh yeah, here we go.
Woody would never do that.
Yeah, I feel like he races pretty clean most of the time. He's probably gonna text me after he sees us and be like, why'd you bag me out?
It's always been good with me. It's I remember at the Grand Prix I'd lunged him at turn 1 or something like that, and then out of turn 2 down to turn 3, he was sort of out on the outside and the left of me, and I'm like, yeah, I'll just back off and hold him out there. Anyway, and then he was sort of looked and he was beside me, and then all of a sudden when I went to turn in, the little bastard was down the inside of the outside. I was like, damn it, he's done my own move on me. But
he races really well. Like I've raced him for years on the sim, and we have some really good battles a lot of the time, but it's obviously different racing one of your mates in real life, so it's quite funny.
they do race pretty hard these.
Yeah,
Like, you're a young bloke too, but
The
like,
racing's flat out. At the
Yeah.
moment. It's good.
But even Aaron, my teammate, we're deucing for second last weekend, and I was watching him with what's the guy that did the wild card? You love wild cards. What's his name?
Lockie Dalton.
Yeah,
Yeah.
him, and those two were freaking
Yeah, they
sheep
probably.
stations.
I don't know. I didn't really watch Super 2, but last year, but they probably have a bit of history or something. They raced each other last year. I'm sure they did.
Just yeah, they got history.
Bit of beef. Yeah.
Yeah, carrying it on.
But it was fine for you, no stress.
I was pretty relaxed.
How'd you guys end up for the weekend?
5th?
Actually, that was
Fifth
quite
and
funny
fifth,
on the
that was
last
me.
on the last lap.
Oh man,
It just-
thing just took a dump. Like 3 laps to
I
go.
saw that. And you were out on the concrete at turn 2, like trying to turn.
I don't know. I obviously looked after the rear tires so good that my right front just turned to nothing, and I got pain coming at me. I'm like, oh no! And then last lap, just like full lock stops, understeer through one.
I wasn't
out
even
to
up the
concrete and
inside
turn
of you.
two.
I wasn't even up the inside of you, and you
I
just
know.
you just bowled wide. I was
I just like sort of broke down the middle. I'm like, yeah, I'll just cover this, and then I'm just like, oh,
no front.
And then
So
just,
did you get him?
Yeah, I did.
Oh.
Yeah.
and then you pull like 2
funny.
seconds off me.
How bad is it when the tie cliffs? Because you're like, I've got this, I've got it managed, everything's going good.
It's
Then all
like-
of a sudden you're just like,
For some reason, your
holy
lap times have gone like, I don't know, like 32 9s, 33 1, 33 7. And it's like, what happened? Like, I didn't do anything.
But there's not even like a slight warning that it's coming.
Nah.
It's like, yeah, I've got this. This is going,
Yeah.
oh my God.
Yeah, it's literally like that. And you're like, and then you're kind of looking in all the times. You're like, why did I just slow up suddenly so much? And you just like, you just can't, and then you can't drive faster, and then it just gets worse and worse.
Just compounds hard. Like it's just bad.
And then you have the team come over. Come on, mate.
Try
and keep it
Couple
together.
more to go,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh no.
Yeah, he's like, I need
got
you
no
to, I need you to stay at this lap time, just like, 33.5s. You can do it, and then it's just like 33.7, 33.9.
Maintaining
So
lap
I'm in
time
the
at S&P is
34s now.
easy, right? Like
Hey?
it's just easy maintaining lap time at
Yeah,
S&P. You
yeah,
just
it's
cruise around. Nah.
If you were like 3 seconds off the pace, it'd be all right.
So you reckon it's worse at happening like in a mid-race stint or at the end of the race where you can't come in?
Oh,
At the end.
yeah, because you
'Cause there's
can't do
no
anything
saving
about
it.
it.
Yeah. And
You
now,
can't-
And then someone's coming at you and they're like,
Yeah.
just catching you at 1.2 seconds a lap. And you're like, I
So
can
do you
see.
guys
I
do you,
can
do you
see
guys
that."
have the like gaps to the cars in front and behind
I
on
wish
your
I did.
dash?
I wish
Oh,
I did.
yeah, you can.
I could see that to
I turned it
you.
off.
Yeah,
I just saw your headlights. I was like,
yeah.
And I just did the rough calculations. Like, this is going to be annoying.
I was like, no kidding. On Saturday, when Chaz was behind me after he pitted, I had like 14 seconds on him, and I was like, oh my
Got this.
god, like
I got this.
if I just,
I'm
if
that
I-
guy.
it's
I'm
like-
that guy.
I'm going 2 for
literally,
2.
as we were just saying, if I just like hold the lap time, I'm gonna be okay. And then it's like, hang on a minute, 5 laps later, he's like 9 seconds, and you're like, and
Stop
I'm only getting
panicking.
slower, and he's staying the same. And it just was, yeah.
He was ridiculously quick.
Oh, he was so fast. He was driving very well. Even when he passed me, he just had a lot of speed.
So with this new tyre, they're talking about next year without it having as much tyre deg. I personally think that it's going to be better because I feel that we end up the start of the race. Yes, everyone gets a little bit excited and does a little bit of passing, but then we all calm down so much and try and manage the tyre.
You always know you're gonna have to like save at some point. I feel like
Yeah.
so. Like I spoke to Richie about it because he was one of the guys testing it, and he said like he's never had so much fun in a race car in ages driving on it because he just went flat out, and then it's like it kind of digs differently. He said to the old tyre, like it kind of still has good straight drive, but it kind of feels more planted.
Because
like,
you
through the
tested
corner.
it, didn't you, with Will that day?
Will tested it.
Oh,
up.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Very similar comments, I think, from what he said.
I mean, I'm only talking about what I've heard, but like
the
it's,
only
it's
problem is if it doesn't egg, then it's hard to
yeah,
pass.
it's hard to race.
Like,
yeah.
you just end up in a train.
But he said the good thing was when I spoke to Will was you can like rag it, but
Yeah,
then
and
you can
it-
take it
yeah.
easy and recover it. Whereas with our tyre now, as soon as you
it's like
have that mad slide, that push, it's all
It's
over.
like it just adds on. And it never drops back down. It just keeps adding, and then it gets to a point where it's like, see ya.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. I think they said they're going to test it at Bathurst or something, right? Somewhere like that.
Yeah.
Will they give that extra like they did last weekend, the 20
Oh,
minutes
yeah.
after practice?
Yeah.
But it'd be interesting, like on a track that doesn't deg historically that much.
Mm,
If you then go like in reverse deg mode,
Yeah.
what that does.
Yeah. Going faster at the end of a stint.
Yeah,
rather
like
than
with fuel
start.
load
That would
comes
be
off
that would
and-
be unreal. Like,
Which we've had
Imagine
that
how quick
before.
at the
Like,
end of Bathurst would be then.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like we had that a few years ago at
Yeah.
the bend and stuff.
Hmm.
Remember
Yeah,
you
we
used to
did,
like
didn't
like late in stints, the overcut, and we don't really have that.
Actually,
much.
yeah, I do remember watching that.
Mm.
Yeah. It
Because
was-
when they first, like before you guys even started, which is scary, when they brought like 2008 or 9, whenever it was, that super soft tyre first came and it didn't deg that much, that thing was lit. We had a ball. Like we
I
did
remember,
4
yeah.
rounds and it was just so good.
Yeah. It's kind of just.
It'd be nice. But going into Tassie, what do you reckon? Anything exciting happening?
Cold, pack a jacket.
yeah.
Well, between the two. Let's go between the two. What have you been up to since and what are you doing between?
It sounds like Matty's on tour in Queensland.
Yeah,
he's
I've
doing the
just
rounds.
Come up to.
You
I haven't,
barked
I
up
haven't been here.
The apps while you're up here, have you?
No, mate. That's not me. I'm
Hey, I wasn't saying it was. I was
no,
just asking.
I know. I'm just like
Taking the trophies on tour, you know.
I can't. I'm not gonna reply to any of this because like I've
So
got
you're
a-
normally from Melbourne, but you're here in the
Yeah,
beautiful
it's-
state of
It's nice. To be
Queensland.
fair, it's still cold up here. Like it's not massively different to Melbourne.
Come on,
That's a big call.
that's
I like
ridiculous.
honestly.
That's the
no,
most
I-
ridiculous statement.
I-
I've ever heard.
I
1,000
feel
kilometres
like-
that would
I-
argue that.
I feel like it's not like
He's
I get
originally
up.
from New Zealand.
As we're all in shorts and
Yeah,
t-shirts
that's-
in here, it's like same as Melbourne. This stuff, you know what I mean?
I wear shorts in Melbourne.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but
That's
okay,
'cause
probably
you're a
like
Kiwi, not
10,
because it's
10% of the
else.
population of Melbourne probably wear shorts.
And that 10% are from New Zealand as
Yeah,
well.
actually, that's a good point. I've kind of just answered my own question, really.
Yeah.
So anyway, you're up
Yeah.
here just
Yeah, just chilling, just catching up with some mates. I haven't been here since I moved down, so it's quite nice to be up here again.
Mm.
I
Because of
like
the
it up
weather.
here. Yeah,
yeah.
weather's hugely different to Melbourne. So
Oh, what about you, Anton? Anything exciting? Is anyone doing any racing in between? There's a thing out this weekend.
no,
Isn't
no,
there?
I'm
It's a bit of sim racing,
no,
maybe. That's
yeah,
about as far as I go.
no testing either. We're just flat out.
Yeah, there's not a lot going on. Like, it's a big break.
Yeah,
I quite enjoyed the short Townsville.
We have got
to
the
S&P.
Olympics on.
Yeah, but it's not the same, is it?
No.
It's not the same as
I
motorsport and racing.
I quite enjoy watching the Olympics.
I watched a bit of swimming last night.
Yeah.
To be honest.
I was watching the skateboarding. Was good.
Yeah, the
Isn't
skateboarding
there
was
some
actually
kid that's
cool.
like 11?
They're
Yeah,
all
they're
like
all, they're
11.
all like
all young.
young as, and they just like kicking kick flips and
I like
Yeah.
how
I-
you're saying young as. Yeah.
No, like
Oh,
the
like-
I think
they're
the gold
proper
medalist
young.
is like 14 or something.
yeah, like the
Yeah.
Japanese
really
chick
young.
was like 15, I think.
yeah,
It's pretty
crazy.
impressive.
Is that a new one this year, or was that last Olympics it got? It's only new, the skateboarding thing, isn't it?
I'm not sure.
There's a couple new ones. There's like
Is surfing? It's their first time this year. Is it surfing? Second time.
There was
We
one with
told
the.
from the stands here.
Have you seen the kayak that like they have full contact racing?
That sounds fun.
Have
I'd
you
yeah,
watch
seen
that.
down
They go down the hill and they're
yeah.
like just smacking each other. It's
yeah,
wild.
it's pretty intense.
It's pretty cool.
Let's
Get the paddle out. Just get
Yeah.
the
I saw
oar out.
handball. That's a weird sport, isn't it?
I used to play
So
that
that's
in
what-
school, actually.
Played it a couple
Explains
times in school
a
as
lot.
well.
Yeah,
Not
four
the one where you
square.
bounce it, but that proper one where
That's-
you hold
Oh, that's
That's handball.
Yeah.
It's called.
that is handball.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
played
I'm not
like the
talking
little
about-
one where you bounce
that's-
it.
that's
the
handball.
that's the school version, right?
With
Yeah.
the tennis ball?
Yeah, or like just
With
that
the
real,
squares.
the
Like
really
foursquare.
bouncy
And there's
ball.
like deuce and dunks.
You'd like no, it's like
King and queen and
yeah, that one.
Yeah,
it's
that's-
like that real bouncy ball that you always pick up at the Rebel Sport counter, but you never buy. It's
the
always
OGs
sitting
play
there.
with the
Wait,
tennis
was
ball,
that?
man.
Do you
No,
need
the
to say that name
tennis-
again? Was that a product placement sponsor there?
No,
or
I
just-
don't know. That's just where I used to. I just got one from. Was
For that very game, you're playing handball.
Handball,
being
yeah.
Olympic season.
Yeah, I feel like it. Yeah,
Oh, there you go. Yeah, but I watched that and I was like, what are the rules? It's a bit like AFL for me. I don't really.
Really?
Doesn't seem like there's any rules with AFL.
There's plenty of good rules.
I
There's
don't.
Aussie rules.
I don't really watch it.
You're an
AFL.
NRL guy then.
Yeah, 100%. I grew up. I'm white trash. I'm from Penrith, west of Sydney. So we're only.
So you're a Panthers guy.
100. I was
to
born in
the
Nepean
end.
Hospital. Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
pure blood. What about you'd be rugby then? Come from
Yeah,
NZ.
like follow the All Blacks a little bit, but AFL I still haven't hooked on to. Like I just.
It's just I'm just disappointed in both of you to be
So you're
honest.
obviously.
Yeah.
I'm AFL, yeah.
But you're
Yeah.
Queensland, aren't you? Originally.
Oh, no.
Well, who
Melbourne.
who do you go
Oh,
for?
Mm.
Who do you go for?
Collingwood?
Oh,
Whereabouts in Melbourne are
man.
you? I always thought you were from Queensland.
No, from Werribee. I'm a Westie.
I was up in Collingwood like the other day, and I was like, man, this area.
I'm not
is-
from there, but I
It
go
kind
for
of is scary. Like it's like
Collingwood.
yeah.
What? Because all the hipsters or what?
Yeah, like a lot of that
baristas.
going on.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it was.
It's like
I didn't feel
garage
uncomfortable.
parties and stuff.
I didn't feel uncomfortable, but when I left in a hurry.
really.
Yeah, because I was just like, well,
Is
yeah,
it like
it's not-
Manukau? Is that where? is
Yeah,
that-
almost like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
Manukau, or
that's in New
like a
Zealand,
little
that's
bit
the
of
equivalent, isn't it?
West Auckland's probably a better way of explaining it. That's usually
Really?
the dodgy side over there.
Is that where that crazy Kiwi movie is?
Once Were Warriors.
Yeah.
Oh no, that was filmed all over. I think. I actually can't remember where that was filmed.
Do you know the Hucker?
I
ask
don't know the
everyone.
Hucker. I don't know. I didn't. They didn't
try and
teach
get you to
it
do
to
it.
us in school.
I thought it'd be like we learned the national anthem. You guys would learn the Hucker.
Nah, not really. No, I think it's
Do
probably
you wish
more.
you knew how to do it?
Nah, not really. I'd probably look like an idiot if I tried.
It wouldn't be intimidating
Nah,
one bit.
it was like you just
You just
I
be
could,
laughing
I
at
could
it?
never sell it. Like it just
How good do those? Like at Taupo.
Yeah,
where
that
that,
was-
that
it's
guy
good.
on the grid. And I was
that
like,
was like that was
"Jesus, you guys are
actually
gonna stab me."
intimidating.
That was good.
Like it was cool.
I liked it.
Yeah,
I
I
like
enjoyed
that.
it. And I stood right in them, and you can feel like the ground
I saw
shaking when
it,
they're
yeah.
like,
Yeah, that's right.
oh, that was scary, man. I was like, standing there like a stunned
Even there was
mullet.
a couple of ladies that were pretty.
Yeah, the ladies
as
get right
intense.
It's
into it
almost
too.
scarier, I think.
Yeah,
How they push their eyes.
Yeah,
And they sort of
they're
come
like-
out of the.
popping out of
Yeah.
their sockets like that.
It's like Dave Russell on a qualifying
Yeah.
lap. It's just like,
Just any lap, I think.
driving. Just
That,
driving.
he has the best onboard
yeah.
front camera,
especially when
in
they
the
had
history
that,
of motorsport.
that frontal camera on it on Brody's car. Just
I think
steering
there was
straight at his
one
eye.
year. I reckon it must have been like a little bit wet at Bathurst, and he was in
Yeah,
the Tickford car,
yeah.
and he was intense.
Richie Stanaway and Cam Waters are watching down in the Tickford Racing Garage.
They're laughing at him.
Cam's seeing the humour in it. His co-driver David Russell is not.
I reckon that'd be the most disappointing thing ever if they cut to his in-car and he had the visor down.
Yeah,
Like-
I
And
remember.
you see the whole crowd. Oh,
I remember
Just be
at,
like, we want to see those eyes.
I remember at Bathurst, it was a co-drive session. I think you were like, you had the headphones on and you were
No, it was at
commentating.
Eastern Creek a couple of years
Eastern
ago.
Creek,
Or
yeah,
SMP.
and they went on board, and you're like, oh my god, he needs window washers or
Yeah,
something on his
those
eyes.
things are going to be dried out.
Yeah.
There'll be like two little prunes at the end of his front.
Yeah.
He doesn't blink either.
I don't
Not
think
only
so,
are they
no.
hanging out, but they don't blink.
Do you guys know if you blink when you drive?
we have to, sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
like-
have to.
I mean, I'm not
I don't
counting,
even know. Like, I can't. I don't even know.
Do you
if
run
I
a drink straw in your mouth, or is it like?
No, I have mine like sitting like on my chin.
Because mine's in my mouth, and I'm hard on that thing. Like,
Really? See, I'm halfway, just sort of like, just
Oh, I
like
no,
closer to the
I
lip.
can't deal
and like
with
a long
that.
racer cuts it up a little
Oh,
bit.
mate, my cheeks
Ew.
are so sore just
have
from
the option,
biting
you know?
down.
So when you're like just spraying the drink into your mouth, do you have like and you have like Powerade in it? Does it like make your chin
No,
blue?
just straight water, man.
You just drink water.
Yeah.
H2O all the way.
Just
You
straight
just drink
water.
water.
Yeah.
I like a bit of a mix. I reckon.
Nah,
Oh, just a bit of a shandy.
but then,
Yeah, like-
then it's
like
just
a
gets a bit
mixture.
crusty and
Nah,
straight water,
it's
man.
still it's exciting when you take a drink because like it's flavored, you know, like
Oh.
it's, yeah, it's like
Oh, it's
it's
So what do you do with your straw? Just hangs down the
no,
bottom?
it hangs down here, and then when I need a drink, I just
But
go.
is it them resting on your chin the whole time?
Yeah, like, but it's
Doesn't
like
that
down
annoy
here
you?
like
No,
that.
that would
Yeah.
annoy
You
me
can't
more
even feel it.
than the
Oh.
other way.
And you can't even feel it. And then
How
sometimes
do
I
you get
drive
it out
around.
afterwards? You just give it a
Imagine
Nah,
like
I
you,
just-
and you flick it up, then it's up here, and you're like, oh, get
How
it back
bad
in.
is it when it goes on your visor? You're like, damn.
Oh yeah,
That's
I've
bad,
had that
I don't
before.
run a
I've had it
visor.
actually go like I've had it go forward in the car before.
What about when you plug it in? It's got pressure. I was like,
Yeah,
because mine's in
and
my mouth. It,
Yeah,
Had to go forward.
no, like I used to have it on attached on the outside of my helmet in GT,
Oh,
and it's like I've tried to put it back on and it didn't find it, and so I'm like trying to find it. So I'm like, oh, I'll just
push it.
press the drink button to
like a
see
fire
where
hose,
it's
isn't it?
going, and then it just went straw all over the windscreen on the
How much pressure
inside.
you got in that thing?
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot.
jeez. Oh yeah.
Anyway, we're going off topic. What about Tassie? Anyone?
I
excited about
actually,
getting to Tassie?
I really enjoy, like, I like Tasmania. I think it's a really cool place, but the track is, I feel like the track's pretty hard work. Like,
It's such a little track
yeah, it's
where it's
so
like
small.
three
Oh.
corners. That first sector is just like a ball.
Oh.
There's compression.
It never feels
over a
good.
crest. Yeah.
Yeah,
I've
you
never gone there and
feel
just
like,
done a lap and gone, yeah.
After in qualifying, you
Yeah.
go through there and you're just like,
Oh,
Yeah,
it just
you-
never feels good, and then you could be good, but it just never feels it.
yeah.
yeah, I don't think I've ever got that part right once.
And I reckon it's the sketchiest first lap of any race all year when you drive down to
The hairpin.
the hairpin.
Yeah.
And you're like, do I go to the inside and then like have 5 cars pass me and get 2 more on the exit?
Is there a
That's
worse feeling than getting stuck on a slow train on the inside?
Oh,
and he's
and
just
then-
doof, doof,
Yeah,
doof,
yeah.
doof. You're like, come on.
Like, what about when they try and peel out from that and someone's already committed
Oh,
and then they're just
yeah.
like
You
that?
just crash.
Then we're on.
There
You
was-
what-
were you guys in the championship when they had that crash halfway down? and it was like,
I remember watching it. But
That was big.
When you're doing it, he's in. That's a massive crash there for Tander. He's smart. That's Rick Kelly involved. Tim Blanchard, Moffat, they're all involved. Have a look at this.
that was.
That
Were you
was
in that?
huge
No,
Yeah,
hit.
my car got destroyed. I ended up missing that race and the next one.
Oh,
Who was the guy that came on the left and just bowled in?
Davo.
Yeah.
I think it
Yeah,
was.
he
Broke
just
his
went
back,
in, and then he like
he's just like, just full throttle through the smoke.
yeah,
Just
I
full
think he was
Talladega
trying to do a
nights, just
McQueen or something.
cold trickle.
They hit the last car.
Yeah, he almost got through.
If he made through, it would have looked like a legend.
I feel like at the hairpin there though, every time you're on a qual lap, you feel like you're never gonna pull it up, and then all of a sudden somehow, like when you go down to first, it just pulls up, and then you,
How
then-
does it go?
and then you drive around the outside of the corner, and you're like, well, where's the apex?
Yeah.
And then I've only had a year of experience there, so I probably don't really have much to go off, but still, I find it challenging. Like it's
The
hard
race is
track.
always intense. You're always looking in your mirror. There's always
Yeah.
a toe. There's always
And strategy's a ball like there because you can go
Yeah.
laps down and
Yeah.
whatever. So this, I reckon it's cool. It's one of our historic events. I suppose,
Yeah,
being
it
such an
definitely is.
old circuit. It has a lot of character for such a little place. Racing's pretty good there normally. Bit of
Yeah.
passing.
I think it'll be good. It should be good based off what we're doing now. The racing should be good there because it does historically, and these cars have a little bit more draft, so you get sucked in at the end of the
Now
straight more.
our engine's a bit closer to the other guys.
A little
Oh,
bit
there's no one
closer.
here that's on the other
Depends
side.
who you
Perfect.
ask, you know. Yeah, but
Oh,
Yeah.
now they're complaining and they're like, oh, when we're at before the
Yeah.
driver's announcement or whatever the other day,
Oh,
they're all
that's
bitching.
right,
And I was like, calm
yeah.
down,
Yeah.
guys. You had the world's biggest deficit to us or advantage to us the last couple of years. And
now it might be close that it's a drama.
Yeah, it was hard.
We're
hard
getting
work
some
last
information from the side here.
year.
Okay, who do you reckon out of the 888 deal at the front with Will and Brock and Chaz and Cam coming? It's none of us. We don't really care, but people probably want to know. Who do you reckon?
For what? The next race or?
I don't
Well,
know. The
just
championship.
for
What do
the
you think about
championship.
how it's happening? And
Who's your pick?
I personally think Brock probably hasn't got the experience mentally to deal with.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's,
With that
it's
thing.
actually been quite a tough couple of last rounds for T8. Like, they
Yeah.
got the podium at Sydney with Will, but like if you actually think about it, it's been a bit of a struggle. Like,
But then Brock clean swept Darwin.
exactly right. Like it's like kind of how
So-
I don't know. I don't really know how you go from like clean sweeping Darwin to then kind of Townsville, with historically they've been pretty strong.
But then Chaz was 20th at Darwin.
yeah, and then I guess like
fast
I
in the
guess
field 2 months
basically
later.
that was like us. That was like me. I was
Yeah.
at the back at Darwin, and then all of a sudden at Townsville we found some speed. Like,
See, I was the opposite. I was at Darwin. I was like in front of all the fours. I'm
yeah.
like, we've worked it out. The boys
you
were on.
you were like
We were the
you
lead
and
forward,
Dovo,
or just
you were the outlier.
just-
like most of us were at the back. And
Yeah.
then we're like,
They're like, it's a Camaro track. We're like, yeah, we've worked it out.
Is that when you were
cars.
signing the contract in front of the team? Like, guys, it's time.
And then we go to the next round and we're still in 7th, and then the whole field swapped on us.
yeah. So
And then you
the
grab the
forwards
paper
are
and
all
slid it
right.
back. Yeah, it's not time.
Is that how it works?
Oh, it's typically, that's what I would have done.
Well, I would do what you would do. So yeah.
Perfect, nice. But yeah, it's crazy how much it swings the
Yeah,
championship this year.
I find,
And
like,
I
confusing.
personally was surprised, like you
Yeah.
guys, at their lack of pace. Like Will drove through the field and was super quick, but they didn't have that dominance and that
No, like-
consistency that they
Yeah, like Darwin, they're winning by what, like 15 seconds,
Yeah.
and then it's like, hang on a minute, they're behind 15 seconds.
But I actually was thinking like SMP. I was like, oh,
yeah,
you probably go back to like Taupo, same track, similar surface, some new,
I
some
thought
old,
they were going to be really strong
and
at
they
Sydney, like
smoked us
almost
by 30
unbeatable.
seconds.
Mm.
Like I couldn't even see him. I was
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, and then it's different. So something.
It's I don't know,
something.
like it's. I
Cam's
think
been probably the most consistent. Like he's always this year. He's sort of been in that top 5 sort of area majority of the
hasn't
time.
really had a bad.
Hasn't
result.
had a lead, yeah, but he hasn't
we
also
struggled
had
at the
a
start.
Yeah,
dominant
I mean,
weekend.
we
Bathurst
both
and
took
stuff.
each other out at AGP. That was
Yeah, but like you go
That was
Bathurst.
good.
was
I
just-
thought you
Yeah,
guys were
that-
going to
yeah.
get it on for a bit.
What'd you?
there.
How
I
come you
actually-
turned into him? That's the question.
I didn't turn into him. He's like, I actually watched the onboard of the pass not even that long ago. And I was like, every time I watch it, I'm like, I didn't even know how I didn't hit him up the arse. Like when I tried passing him into turn like 10 or something, the
Yeah.
right-hander after the back straight. And then like, we kind of went into the last sector and he gave me a few nudges and I went wide. And then I kind of like, I thought he was going to get the crossover on me out of the last corner. So I was kind of trying to open it up to get a good run. And it was just really weird contact on
awkward.
the wheel.
And you took me out the race before as well.
Yeah, that was actually.
So two
we
races in
we
a
haven't
row.
actually spoken about that.
Oh, let's bring it up now. Run
That
me
was.
through
I
it.
don't even.
Run
I
me
can't.
through
I
it.
can't remember what
I remember what
happened.
happened.
Well, how did it go? How did it go?
I don't remember. Explain it. Let's
Well,
hear,
where
let's
we
hear your
are.
story first.
Can't-
Anton,
no,
go.
it was
Turn
turn 2 and turn 3 and 4.
We're at
So turn
AGP.
AGP, the
So
Turn,
that's as we
turn
come
That, like,
3, the
that-
right.
that dicky left-hander that's
Yeah,
like you
turn
kind of
4. Turn 4.
second 30
Oh,
gear,
yeah.
turn 4 flat curb.
I'm pretty sure I've just sent it. Up
He's
the
just sent it
inside.
in, just like
It's
way
pretty
too
rude
quick.
there as well.
Rude, right? You hardly even
I didn't
brake.
realize. I thought
The
I
only
was
corner
there.
And I-
ruder is the next one.
And then I even
Yeah.
I even left the door like enough, so like he's done it.
You were
nice
trying to
guy.
hold on the
The nice
outside.
guy
No,
that you
pretty
are.
much
I
what I was
wasn't holding the
trying
outside. You went up the inside.
I
That's just
no,
cool.
I went
You've
up
got
the
your
inside.
turn to speak next, Matt. Let's hear.
Basically, he's gone in. We'll just I'll clarify. So he's gone in too quick. Fine. Lost the rear. hit the curb,
Yeah.
had to slide the other way off the curb,
It's
and
kind
then
of- yeah.
then rip my steering out of the car.
It's kind of done the one of the weird, like, I've lost it and then I've caught it.
Sounds
and
like
then
there's a
I've
lot of weird stuff happening for you that
understeered.
weekend, doesn't it?
Yeah, I was fast, but, like, there was a bit of drama going
Were you a bit
on.
of cold trickle, fast but loose and out of control?
Yeah, it probably felt like that for a lot of the other guys. I
I was
kind
having a
of
good,
felt
I
like
was about to have a good race and
Yeah.
just ruined my whole weekend.
It was after that one we all got sat down as Ford drivers, wasn't it? When we got to
Yeah.
Taupo.
So
Yeah.
it was really Matt's fault.
How
Yeah.
awkward is that? We're all sitting in the room
Yeah, I know.
together, and all you guys had
Yeah.
your dust-ups together, and we're all like, yeah, we'll play nice.
because
We're
it
all
was
friendly."
what? It was
When's our
probably-
bonding session?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I want to go axe throwing with the boys.
Axe throwing.
Yeah, yeah.
That was the one.
Sort of throw
That's
axes at
what
each
we were
other
going
at
to do.
one.
But it was kind of like what? It was me and you. I
You and
took
everyone
you
else.
out.
Yeah.
Didn't
Me
you
and
Chaz?
Waters, and then me and Chaz on
Yeah.
Sunday. So I was actually.
So the
The one common denominator through all this was you.
me and JC haven't crashed. Me and Chaz haven't crashed.
Nah, I feel like I've cleared the air with a lot of people like since then now.
I understand, mate. You got to stamp your authority.
That's
I'm
what I was
here to mean
kind of trying to
business.
do, and then
Don't push
now
me
we're all
around.
mates. Like we're going axe throwing,
Yeah.
as we heard.
Yeah, just
Haven't
not at
been
each
yet,
other.
but I'm excited.
I
for
tell you
it.
what will happen next time when that's in that same position. Cam probably won't hang on the outside there.
Yeah, maybe.
See, so maybe it's
Maybe.
worked.
So
But getting back to Cam, I think he has done a
yeah,
good.
yeah,
He has been pretty consistent, and he has done.
They are fast as well.
Yeah,
Especially in qualifying.
yeah.
But they haven't had that crazy, dominant weekend as the Triple Eight guys have had, where they won both, or Chaz had the other day. The other day, it's they've been. He's quite a consistent performer, which is why he's there.
Races well too. Like he's good on. They're always pretty good on strategy and like his
No,
car's,
they are really
car's
good.
pretty good on the
His
race.
engineer,
usually.
Potsy and Brad, they're the
Yeah.
head engineer. They're really smart, switched on guys. Great with the
Yeah.
strategy.
Mm.
But what do you reckon? Do you reckon WAU are they going to be able to pull it all together? Or they're still quite sporadic? Aren't
yeah,
they? Like
I
we just spoke about with the
I think
performance.
it's. I
We'll
think
see. At Tassie, I think it'll tell you
Yeah.
everything you need to know. That's a T8 historically, isn't it?
It's a super soft
they
round
won,
too.
like
isn't
Jamie
it?
won there like 10 years in a row.
Yeah.
Or something stupid,
Yeah.
didn't he?
Is
Yeah.
it a super soft round?
Yeah.
It is too. That's
The next
that's
two
hard.
are, aren't they? This one and Sandown, we run the super soft. Then
When
we go
was-
to the hard for Bathurst.
When was the last
Yeah.
time we used the Super Soft?
At
Mate,
Darwin.
I don't know. I didn't even know what
Darwin.
tyres we used last time. Darwin.
Darwin was
Darwin.
the last time.
Ooh, they
How'd we
weren't
go
good.
there? Oh, yeah? That'd be good.
Chaz wasn't good at Darwin. He
No.
was parked
No.
up next
All
to me.
of us weren't that good. Well, apart from you.
I was
Oh,
alright,
Triple
yeah.
Eight just drove. That's when they.
yeah,
Triple Eight
that's
was
when they
good.
just. That's kind of why.
Well, that's not in.
Resurgence
think about.
maybe. Triple Eight resurgence at Tassie.
Well, Will for his championship does
Yeah.
need a strong qualifying and
He
racing
won
round.
there last year too.
Yeah.
So could
Did it-
be
Yeah.
could
So-
be a good round for them.
As a let's go within team battle. Who do you say is going to dominate over Brock and Will first of all? I know you're close to Brock, so it's probably
Not
a
close
hard
to
one.
everybody.
No, I think
It's hard because you go, you'd say Will, but then Brock dominates Darwin. You go, when it's going, he's just as good anyway.
It is
So-
a tough one.
It is.
I think Will is
Will's bad days are better.
yeah, and I think he probably
That's a good way of
I
putting
think
it.
he finds it easier if he has a average qualifying, he can still get a result out of it. Like he comes through the field a little bit better, maybe. I don't know.
How annoying is it? They have a bad weekend and get a podium. You're
Yeah, I know.
Like,
I
like,
know.
oh, they had such a bad weekend, podium.
Arseholes.
Whole field's like, give me a podium.
Yeah.
I think that probably comes like that experience, that result with Will is probably from life experience. He's
Yeah,
a
I
little
think
bit
it is.
older. He can
Yeah.
deal with that a little bit more. He's had a bit more experience with it. That will come for Brock. He will. Like he's a talent. He's going to be quick. No
It's hard to
doubt
know. Like,
about
we're
it.
only
Yeah.
halfway, so anything can happen.
And-
Street tracks calm, like things change the back end of
Still
the year.
massive races to go.
Bathurst,
We've
you
got
know.
Sandown, Bathurst, Gold Coast, Adelaide. Like,
Yeah, it's a
holy
lot.
smokes.
A lot to go down.
Huge
A-
points.
a lot to
I
go
think if like I could say this, Mostert's probably been like he's still up and down a little bit, but if you think about their car speed, like it's been some of the best we've seen like from them probably for the last few years. I feel like he just
When it's on, it's
like when it's on like at Sydney, man, he just demolished everyone. Like it was
It's not just a little bit in front. Those guys.
yeah,
are
like
running with it.
they've found another level, you know. Like it's could be, and they could have it for the.
What do you reckon that is? I'm
not sure.
I reckon Sammy, his engineer, who was my engineer the last couple of years, poor bastard. He had this potential the whole time, and I've held you back, Sammy. I'm sorry, but he is so good at managing the driver, like in the situation. And I think I haven't personally worked with Chaz before, but I've heard that he's quite emotional within the car, and his hardest thing has been for him looking at his racing has been managing that tyre through the race, and when things go wrong, his emotion throughout the race. And I think Sammy, one, is great with the car. He's a really good salesman, as we all know that. As to be a good engineer, you need to be a good salesman. So you come in, you say, hey, this isn't right. And he'll say, right, I'll change that, and that'll fix all your problems. And you're like, this guy's got it. Let's go. And Sammy's good at that. And he's also really good at managing drivers. So I think Sammy has been a great, not saying that, what's his old, Debore wasn't a good engineer, but I think those guys were probably a bit stale. They've been together a long time, and I think Sammy's probably come with a fresh set of eyes and info.
I think Chaz is really enjoying having sort of someone fresh come on and kind of bring a new energy, I guess. Like I've heard the same with him during the race as well. Like I've like the trend has been like Chaz drives really hard, and he probably used to drive a bit too hard for what the tyres could do. But I think also when he's given the car to do it, like he can drive that hard, and it's going to work out for him. Yeah.
When you got pace, you can.
Yeah, you just pace is
that helps.
is the whole thing, right? Like
it's
like we've all spoken about. You had a car some weekends, and it's just everything happens, and it's just mint, and then for whatever, the wind changes, the UV changes slightly, and you go out 20 minutes later, and you're just like, holy crap, what the hell's going on?
It happens fast too.
Yeah, and I find with this car, that window is so much, for us anyway, so much narrower.
It's small, man.
Wouldn't even call it a window. It's smaller than that.
It's a porthole.
It's like, I don't even...
and the water starts coming in, and you
a little like mail slot.
It literally, it's like you're trying to looking through.
Just trying to get in that
post your setup through the mailbox and see if it accepts it or not. Like it's
It is wild.
It's hard. It's very hard to tune.
I reckon it's been the craziest for that. My whole time that I've been through freaking loads of these different evolutions of what the car is. And this one, yes, it has, they've narrowed a lot of the stuff and a lot of consistency throughout all the teams with hardware within the car, but it has become crazy tight with that. And it's hard when you're outside of it. You don't want to make a big change because then you're going to go further away, or you could get back into the window. So it's
difficult. It
feels like you sort of get into it, and then you just sort of little jumps in and around. You don't have that scope to really go searching. And with testing being so limited for us, a lot of people don't realise that when we're not at the race weekends, we only have 3 test days where we can do it a year.
Exactly.
And if we open that up a little bit, for me, I think it would be better for all the teams to close up the gaps, or maybe we could have a structure where they're like, hey, okay, you guys are leading the teams championships. You can only have 3, but you guys who are in the back half of the teams championship, you get an extra 2 days of testing or something like that to help close that gap.
Which is, I guess, what like other sports do with like the draft goes. Yeah. Like AFL goes worst club, and
I think that would be a good thing for us.
You know what I'd be really keen on is like opening up the test tracks, like so we could go to other tracks. You don't want to go to Winton anymore? Oh, like.
Phillip Island would be nice.
Yeah, but like
Phillip Island, like fast tracks.
Actually,
would be good.
No, I probably don't want to go to Winton all the time or all year. Like I'd like to go to QR. I'd like to go to QR, and I'd like to go to the Bend, and I'd like to.
Maybe we should be able to trade our test days with each other. So I'll trade my QR one for your Winton one, and
I think that would just start beef.
But no, what do you reckon you could do to help close that gap for when teams have a great understanding and other teams are struggling? Like last year when we're all struggling as a group within Ford.
Well, it's hard because when you can't, say, develop anything, sometimes makes it further apart because you do or you don't. Where like you go back years, you go, I've always got understeer. Oh, well, we'll just design something to make the car turn. Where now you can't. So your problem exists generally. Like I've had the same general complaint for like our car for like a year and a half. It's like, if we can just solve that, we're going to be fine.
Yeah, it's almost like
can't do it. We don't know how.
Yeah, you need to be able to do like a lot of testing and just roll through like a lot of different combinations to tick things off the list. You can't. Oh yeah, we're going to the second test day of the year and we've got 3 different front uprights to test. It's not like that anymore. I think and it's a lot about philosophies as well. Like everyone's got a different philosophy.
Yeah,
and I don't know if it's like one thing that will only works, or if it's like you can have 3 different kind of different setups that all achieve the same time. Like I don't.
It's quite amazing. You watch like the shootout, for example. Like I'll watch. I'll obviously have my
I've
lap.
done a lot of watching of shootouts. So, yeah.
And then I watch like Matt's lap, and it's like obviously the cars are the same, and you watch and you go, that thing is different. Like, you might not have the same
Especially
lap
when
time,
you
and
watch
go,
the onboard.
You go,
the
why is that so like you like engineer? Look,
Why is he turning
Why is
there?
it
How is it still turning?
It's just like like Chaz's where he makes his speed is like completely different to where we make our speed. You're like, what is causing that? And
I think the thing that's so unique
It's weird.
and what makes our thing so hard to engineer is the lock diff in the
Yeah,
rear.
that's the
Like
primary.
because we're trying to carry an inside wheel,
Yeah.
inside rear wheel, and all this sort of stuff. So the engineers are doing funky stuff like with massive drip restriction and things like that. To try
that
and
what you
do
run?
that. Yeah.
How
Do you
much?
know what number?
Mate, like 0. 0.
Give me a number, please.
We've got a lever. I can actually pull it up. But
Need a handbrake to get around the corner
yeah,
sometimes.
yeah. We're used to it.
The old Garth
at
handbrake. He used to have a
HRT,
handbrake,
yeah.
didn't he, on the start?
Yeah. But I reckon if we put a diff in these things, like a proper diff, that'd be cool. Like then it would open up the racing. It would help with the tyre.
Are you leaving the diff open, or you
No,
are
I'd
you
say-
locking it at a number?
No, I'd say you'd give it parameters to work within, like
Yeah.
they do in most categories. I think we're the only category in the world that runs a locked diff that races on asphalt. I think that would help our racing, and it
I
would
think
help
I think
with the
that
tyre life.
defines a lot of our setup. Like
So that's why we're
always
boxed
has,
in this
yeah.
little window. Is
Yeah.
because of that.
But the
But the cars sound mad when they're relocking, though.
What from outside or
With the
inside?
lock diff.
Oh, that's like it down at turn 3 or whatever it was at Tassie, wasn't it? When you put first,
yeah, yeah, that's
or whatever
what it
that
feels
noise
like.
you made
Yeah,
before.
Yeah, kind of.
What do you reckon? What do you reckon we could do?
I'd actually
Yeah,
like.
what's the next evolution?
I'd be super curious if you actually someone had a spare car and you put one in
Yeah,
and ran it. What would happen?
I think like it would change the feeling so much. Like the feeling of driving a supercar is very, I feel like, pretty specific.
But it could also make the racing potentially
Yeah.
worse or better, either way you look
I
at
just
it.
find like the reason why we have so much drama of parts because things have got so much understeer because while the two inside rear wheels are spinning it or the two wheels are spinning at the same time, it's always going to understeer. And when you're trying to turn from a narrower, apex when you're tighter than someone, you're dooring them and everything.
I
But when you have
understeer
that,
into Anton at AGP.
there you go. All these
I
crashes,
think it was an oversteer into
all
it.
these
Yeah,
crashes.
that was, yeah.
all those crashes could have been avoided maybe with a diff. But have we got some questions in the
Yeah,
bag?
I think
there?
we got a
Let's
bag. Anton, do you want
Go for it.
You want me to do the mailbag?
Ask some
Yeah.
questions, guys. I'm
Is
just,
it open?
I'm
No,
just
it's
checking.
These are
some text
the
messages.
these are the questions from fans sent to us through Supercars. I mean
Whoa,
through
there's a lot,
Instagram.
actually.
Instagram. So
Do I read all these?
It's too late to send any more questions, by the way.
is
yeah,
how
Oh, but
many
you
I've
can go
got.
for next. Oh, just hand pick a couple.
yeah, just
I want to do them all.
Well, if you can do them all, let's go. There might be a short sharp.
Maybe let's have a look. Okay. Sam, in Tassie. Not from, but he's in Tassie. I
He's
guess
there
on
now,
holiday.
or-
I don't know, just Sam in Tassie. Maybe he's on holiday. If you weren't a supercars driver, were you good at any other sports? And do you know if any other drivers are? Like, so basically, if you're at the Olympics, I think it's
Oh,
towards the Olympics.
yeah.
What are you
I
going to
got it.
do?
yeah. I reckon Anton, you've been pretty good at squash, eh?
Oh, we've
2028?
heard this before.
Yeah.
So tell us
Yeah.
about your squash
Yeah.
setup.
Well, Matty was my training partner. He left,
And then you got good.
and then I got
Yeah.
and then I got better.
You just
But
decided
got
to get some
good. That's great
coaching.
English for me.
Yeah, no, I just play. It's just a good sport.
Have you ever played racquetball?
Yeah,
I
it's
started playing that
Yeah.
with Aaron, my teammate.
like pickleball.
No, pickleball's the old person one. Racquetball, it's like Spanish tennis. So it's like with a
Paddleball?
tennis ball.
Are you-
Paddleball.
Yeah, paddle.
Yeah.
yeah. I've played that. It's really
Yeah, it's
fun.
fun.
With 4 people. It's good.
Yeah, it's good
It
because
is good.
it's
I
like
love
it's a combination of like
Yeah.
tennis
Bounce off
and
the wall,
squash.
yeah.
Yeah, I like it. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's good fun.
It is cool. So
So what sport? So squash?
I
yeah.
reckon I'd be squash too. I really enjoy playing it. It's fun. Like
2028, it's coming.
Yeah, I feel
2032 here. Start
feel
training,
like,
boy.
You know,
Australia versus
I'm
New
gonna-
Zealand.
I'm
Maybe we,
Kiwi, Australia.
maybe we could do a segment. You guys squashing it off.
But if you watch the pros, there's no way I'm making it. No chance.
Nah,
They're way too good.
Yeah, I think I'm another level below that, below you.
I reckon if we're gonna have a chance, it's gonna have to be like shooting or something.
Yeah,
Just something not as like physically demanding, like
Yeah.
running
What
and
about
stuff.
no triathlons or anything
nah,
like that?
not for me. My sister's a very acclaimed triathlete, but that didn't quite reach this side of.
She took all that gene pool off you.
Yeah, I feel sometimes my fitness is thought I was fit, and then she
You've got
started
it over
training.
Woody
and-
on the New Zealand side of things. Don't worry. You've always got Woody covered.
Yeah, she's doing really well, but I'd like to. I'm gonna say this. I really do want to do one, like complete a triathlon in my life. Like I want to have a go, but I'm being competitive. Probably not. On
With
the
no one
guys.
watching. You do it on your own with no one watching.
Yeah, maybe I just tell everyone. Yeah, I did a triathlon the other weekend. Just practice run.
Damn, man. Internet can now check those results up now. You can't just lie and
Strava.
say
I'll
you
give
did
you
it.
some kudos on Strava.
You just pay someone to enter as you.
Yeah, true. Actually, on my name.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, I did it. I ran a 4-minute K for 15 or 21 or whatever. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Just warming up.
Yeah.
What about you, JC?
got
anything?
I'm not good at any sports. I'm barely good at the one we're doing now. So, but no, I never played anything as a kid growing up. I was just
Just a racer.
go karts.
I missed the whole school
I
sports
love
thing.
sport,
eh?
like watching.
Yeah.
I watch NRL. Like
Really?
I'm fanatical about the Panthers. Like every game I watch. But yeah, as for playing, nah.
Yeah, I missed the whole sport thing, doing karting all weekend.
Yeah, it sucks your life
You,
out,
you miss
doesn't
it.
I started karting quite late, so I played every sport.
Yeah.
So I didn't kart till I was like 13. So I was like,
Yeah.
That is
footy,
I don't-
basketball, tennis. I played all of it while I was a
I
kid.
don't feel like I regret like doing karting like all the time. Though. It's definitely helped to where I am now, but it's nice to go.
I'd say it has.
Yeah.
Funny enough,
it's
yeah.
not, it's nice to go and try different sports though. Like I was watching hockey the other day and on the Olympics,
See
and I
that
was
guy
like,
that lost his finger and just said, "Oh, it's damaged." He's like, "Just cut it off, so I can go to the
oh,
Olympics."
God.
Yeah. So he's
I
got
didn't
like
see that.
missing.
Oh, no.
half a
No,
digit.
I would love to have a go at hockey. It looks kind of dangerous at the same time.
Yeah, you
but
beat someone with a stick.
yeah, you could fire a ball.
I couldn't hold that thing and have some guy sort of take the puck off me and not
Oh,
hit him with
yeah.
it or trip him over with it. Anyway, what do we got? What
next
else
one.
do we got?
Next one. Daniel's from Adelaide, and he wants to know, would you rather race Alan Moffat or Brocky?
I reckon I'm pretty quick on this. I'd love to race Brocky. Like,
Yeah.
that would be cool.
Yeah, I think, Brock obviously has the name that everyone knows, but I think, Moff was probably before Brock. So Moff was the gun guy, and then Brock came along, and so for our generation, because he's probably the closer one to us, it would probably be Brock. But maybe guys like the Muscle and Lowndes and those guys, it's probably Moff is probably their Brock.
Yeah, maybe.
So
yeah, that's a good point.
that's what I think anyway.
Yeah, I got to race Lounsey for a season. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a couple in.
Yeah. Just a few.
I didn't quite get Brock.
Did you
I was
have it-
supposed my first Bathurst was supposed to be teammates with him
Yeah, right.
in
Oh,
24, 20, yeah, no, yeah, 2004. I think
Yeah,
it was
wild.
2005. Yeah, it was supposed to be with him, but then it didn't happen, and then the next year I ended up doing it with Jim Richards. How's my first ones was Jim Richards and then Glenn Seaton.
It's not
That's
bad.
pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
That's pretty impressive.
Not bad. All right, next one is Chin from Melbourne. How do you deal with social media or headlines about yourself?
I just don't read any of it.
Yeah, I really try to avoid the socials.
It's
and
amazing
that.
how many times someone goes, oh, da-da-da-da-da," and you're like,
Like I post, and then I'm like, see ya.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really. Because I suppose, I came in and it wasn't there, and then it sort of come, and I always got told before all the social media stuff, never read any of your own press and all that sort of stuff. So I've sort of stayed clear of it. But, social media's been so good for us, connecting with our fans and them getting a little insight into our life as well. But on the other side, it's, it can be quite damaging and all the bullying and stuff that goes on there. But, it's the world we live in. So it's, I
Yeah.
just try to steer clear of it.
Yeah,
How do you deal with all the ladies? I mean,
No,
Comments.
you falsely advertise there. I don't do that.
is Maddie Payne locked away?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I
Oh,
am, and I'm
what's
happy
this young
about
lady's
it.
name? Are
It's-
we going
her name's Kyla.
Has
Oh, it's
I haven't
Yeah.
seen an
first.
official launch.
No,
photo.
it's
Is
on
like
my private.
Gala
It's on
this
my
year, maybe
private.
launch it.
Yeah, Gala, yeah.
might launch
It'll
it,
be
yeah.
Gala, yeah. She's gonna
Yeah.
come.
Has she been
They'll be
to a
out of
race?
probation
Yeah.
period, definitely, because it's at least 6 months away. So
Yeah, exactly. No, it's gonna be good. She's cool.
Is she from Melbourne?
She's from New Zealand,
Oh.
actually. Yeah, she's been
Kept
lived in Melbourne for a while now. So
cool.
Did you meet her
It's-
here or there?
here, and
Is it like a
in
little
Melbourne.
Kiwi club?
I don't
You
even
guys
know.
went to
Like
in
it's
Melbourne?
Little social club on a
honestly,
Thursday, Arvo.
It's like
Kiwi
by
Love
chance.
Island.
It's like chance. I don't know what happens, but
Sounds beautiful.
The
mate.
accent,
Yeah,
they
it's
like
great.
they hit and they're like, oh, and they
Yeah,
just
yeah,
they
just
go over to the accent.
gravitate
Like, oh,
towards
there's a
it.
Kiwi over there.
yeah.
Just some cheap, stingy deal, and they're all hanging around there.
Oh,
All right. Gary, Toowoomba. If you could have any supercar driver from any era as your co-driver, who would it be? So just anyone co-driving.
That's a hard question.
Supercar driver though, so you can't like throw out Lewis Hamilton or something.
I don't know. What about you guys? I need to think.
Depends how hard you look into this. If we're talking like today, you
No,
want,
it'd be
you
an
want someone that
all-time.
raced like the cars we have today. You want someone that's
Oh.
raced the cars today, right? Like,
Yeah, I guess.
but if you're thinking, you know what I mean?
Oh, if you're just thinking for
Depends
like,
how hard you're thinking
yeah,
about
like-
Are we thinking from the grid now? We can have a grid now and then an all-timer in any car.
Yeah, okay. I think.
Oh,
No, I
just,
reckon
what about anyone from any period, but they have the skill to drive our car? Like they're racing
they
at
just-
the level they're at now.
Yeah, okay.
I reckon like remember when they used to run like a while ago at Bathurst, like all the Volvos and that, like Ricard Rydell or something like that. I reckon that'd be cool.
Oh, imagine like you and Radicic.
Yeah, the rat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool. There's a lot of great names.
It's a
Like,
hard one, isn't it?
Yeah, it is hard.
I don't know.
So you're going with Rat.
Yeah, I'd go with Rydell. I reckon that'd be
Ricard
cool.
Rydell. Would
Yeah.
you be driving a Volvo too?
No, I'd be driving my Ford.
All right, nice.
My Penrite
about you,
Mustang.
I'd probably go Lounsey.
You overlooked Richard Johnson.
Yeah, well, it was in my mind.
He's
Like, it
only
was.
just realised what
No,
he's done.
It was in my mind. I was just like, oh,
I thought that's what you were gonna pick.
I haven't like honestly really. I'm just like in my
backpedaling.
history. Only
Yeah,
doesn't-
you're trying
only
to
goes,
backpedal back to DJ.
only goes far as back as like 2010, like my supercar knowledge. So
Ah,
sort of after that,
really?
I'm like, yeah, I know it happened, but I didn't see it. So
Some very famous clips of DJ.
I've seen, I know, but
He does
I'm just thinking
race and
Lounsey.
walk
Like I've
past
seen
the
that.
Rock every day.
yeah.
Lounsey's just he's
Yeah. It's
he's
in-
blessed
it's in
by the
workshop.
mountain there somewhere. He just pops out
Yeah.
at the right time, you know.
He is good.
And I need a bit of that blessing.
It's a strange one. A lot of people are going to think it's weird, but I always wanted to do it with Garth.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think he does an amazing job up there every year.
Yeah,
super
he's
quick. He
knows the place.
He's a great hard racer, but
Yeah,
as
he's a
well
gun,
he's like a real strategic guy. Also, it's we're teammates for so long, so I think Garth would
Yeah.
be a cool one to do it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
You're doing it with him.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I get to live out your dream.
That's cute. But he's super strong up there. And I remember every year we were teammates and we'd sort of roll into Bathurst time and he's sort of the joker and the fun guy, like normally. And then we get to Bathurst and he just turns into a complete asshole. Like hardcore asshole.
Just lives for that week.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
and then Monday he's normal again. Like
It's
Just
like
a
something
beast.
comes
Yeah.
over him, you know.
Like we'd have the
Demon of the mountain.
the
like,
full
it's just-
moon comes out and he's
Yeah,
like,
werewolf.
like we would always stay in the same hotels and whatever all year, and we get to Bathurst and he's like, I need my own house, and he has his own house like away from everyone else.
Maybe that's what I need to do this year. I need my own house.
Yeah.
Just turn into
Just
a Prix
demand
for
it.
a week.
Yeah.
Sounds good. I got a good one here from Phil on the Gold Coast. JC,
Oy.
are you actually retiring because I want to sell my house in Coomera?
Oh, this wouldn't be Phil, my trainer, would it be? He lives
Not-
in Coomera.
Don't know, but he wants to sell a house. So what's the
I can do your deal.
Let's
Phil.
negotiate it now. So
we can get the
medium price in Coomera, and then what's your commission? Let's go.
Whoa. We run at about 8% commission.
8%. You're selling it on the black market.
I can throw in a hot lap and some tickets to the event, Phil. So I'll be around this afternoon to sign you up.
There you go. That's a cool one.
I
Are you
reckon that is
actually?
Phil, my trainer.
Have you been selling any? Like, have you started? Like, are you doing that on the side or just?
No, yeah, we've done
Like
it. I've done.
you're doing it now.
Yeah.
You're doing it, right?
Yeah.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, it's crazy. It's fun. I didn't think that it would be something that I would have enjoyed so much. You know, we'd spend our lives as drivers selling ourselves to our team owners, to the public, to sponsors and whatever. So you're sort of naturally a salesman.
But now
So,
you actually have something that exists to
yeah.
sell
Yeah,
other
so
than
now
a
I
dream.
have to sell someone else's dream and their houses and lifestyle and all that sort of stuff. But it's it's been. I've always been involved with buying and selling property and renoing and all that sort of stuff. So it's something that interests me.
Yeah,
And yeah, it's going along pretty good. So.
Pretty excited to see you driving down like Hope
You want to sit behind
Island,
the
like a
bus?
Mercedes C-Class coupe with a suit on.
Yeah.
I just look over, it's just JC, just going to the next Open.
Yeah, I had a suit on this morning and I just had to roll it off to come in here, which is funny. I should advertise near your place so you can wake up and see me every
If you give me
morning.
the right price, I'll sell any day.
I didn't mean sell it. I can sell it if you want, if you're on the market.
Everything's for sale always, right?
That's it,
Everything's got a
100%,
price.
Yeah. All right. Got another one. Oh, this kind of like links in together. I mean, it's
Again with me.
nah. This is probably more for Matt. It's were you surprised by the Richie news, and then it asked, do drivers need a second year? So, I guess it's
Yeah, it's a good
it's a
question.
good question.
Yeah, I think like I've really enjoyed working with Richie. It's been really fun. Like I didn't really know him at all before this year. And obviously he's done amazing things overseas. Like he's everyone knows how tough it is over there. So yeah, I've really enjoyed working with him. We're really good friends now, and it's sad to see him go, but unfortunately, it just sometimes doesn't work out. Like chemistry just doesn't work, or it's something else. I'm not sure, but yeah, I'm sure he's going to push hard for the rest of the year and try and do the best he can. But yeah, I think I'll be friends with him for a very long time even after this year. I think he's a top bloke, and yeah, I enjoy hanging out with him. It's cool.
It's hard when you come into the sport like as a rookie. It's always like you want a 2 or 3 year deal. Like you
Yeah.
want that just
need
in
that
case you need
buffer,
the time. But
Yeah.
it's hard only having 1 year as well, right?
Yeah, like and these cars are hard to learn now. Like they are hard to drive, and it's it's hard to adapt to when it's so different to anything else, right? Like I know he's driven supercars for a long time, like for quite a few years prior, but these cars they're hard, and the categories I feel like more competitive than it's ever been at some stages. So
Which the quality of the teams is just everyone's at a high level,
yeah,
right?
exactly. So it's so like one little mistake and you're outside the top 15 in qualifying. And
I don't
then
think anyone can deny his talent and his
Yeah,
ability. What he's done
absolutely.
internationally has been amazing. Like he got all the way, to the second
yeah, he
last
got
step,
to the stepping door,
which is a feat on their own. And I think the tough thing for Richie, I think when he came back to Tickford, I think he got screwed over there with that
Yeah.
fourth car thing, and then when then he went to the GRM thing, and it was sort of all GRM was closing up, and it was just a real shit show for him. So he's had 2 goes at it when it's been a half-assed effort. So it hasn't left a good taste in his mouth either at those times. And then coming in with you guys, and with it only being a 1-year deal,
There's
I
a lot of
feel
pressure.
so much pressure.
Yeah,
and
to-
after
to
what he's
perform.
done in his junior career, and then how his other 2 supercar drives have gone, for him it would have been, I think, you would have seen the best of him if he had a longer a longer contract. Just say if it was 2 years rather than 1 year, because as you guys know, you do. Yeah, okay, it's a 1-year deal, but 3 months into the first year, you're already thinking and trying to plan for the future and trying to do another deal. And if the team isn't interested and not going to do that deal, then there's so much pressure, and then there's there's drama within the team if it's he's wanting to stay and they're not wanting to stay, and it just snowballs, and it's never gonna be conducive to a good environment for him to succeed and him to deliver his best results. So I personally think he's had a hard slog
it's been
supercars.
very hard, and I think it's
It's a hard game in general, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like even
But even
just-
like you plug him into that 888 when everything was mint and it wasn't the pressure of being the main driver and all that sort of stuff. And the guy did an amazing job.
Exactly.
And then when he did Bathurst in that wild card with Murph and
Yeah,
the
he
speed
did a
that he
me-
had in
he
qualifying,
did a
so
mega job.
the guy
Yeah.
has got the speed.
He's got a lot of raw talent, and I think he's capable of being a very good driver. It just needs to be the right environment, I think,
Yeah.
and it needs to be the right deal. It's hard to come into it. I remember last year, like my first year, and I'm 18th, and then I'm 24th at Sydney, and I'm like, oh my God, like have I forgotten how to drive or something like that? And you start panicking, and then it's it's kind of the beauty of having that longevity to know that, okay, I'm still learning, and all of that I can, and then we had a great end of the year. So it's tough. It really is.
So do you guys announce Kai next couple of days, or
that was actually the next question.
That's
I have it written here.
so how do you feel about losing Kai And
Well,
you're getting Kai.
The question here from John is Kai going to be Matt's teammate next year, or Anton, or someone else? So basically, they want to know who's driving
Yeah,
the
well,
other car.
I for a long
He's
time.
not driving with me, I'll tell you that. Matt.
I thought for a long time it was going to be you. I thought you were going to make the
Oh,
change.
so it is
Really?
going to
But
yours.
no,
oh,
but
we've just heard it.
No, but then
Thought.
It's here.
no, but
It's here.
then
You just dumped it. Look at him.
no,
backpedaling here. Yeah, go on.
No, I'm pretty sure it's Brody.
What? Brody's your teammate?
Yeah, I thought so.
For you?
You're looking
Yeah.
at us like
So you have
I'm like,
Brody
we
as
know.
your teammate now?
I don't know.
Not
Maybe
Kai.
it's either. Maybe it's someone else.
It's true.
Well, it
Maybe
could
it's
be
you. Maybe it's you. I don't
It
know.
can't be me. I tried to be yours last year and I didn't get it. So
I didn't know that. No, I kind of had speculation because I knew you probably didn't want to move back to Melbourne.
But you said Melbourne's got the same weather as Queensland.
yeah.
No,
You're
it's
wearing
very
shorts
different. Did you know? I reinstated.
Oh, okay. okay.
there. So it doesn't sound like Kai's going to be announced here today.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
You 100% know who's driving that car.
Oh, maybe I
You
do.
almost said, of course I do.
Maybe I do.
Does it start with K?
You
could have said yes because
No,
it could be
the first name or last name.
Kai. Yeah.
not disclosing, not disclosing any information.
Yeah, all right. Well,
Well, hey,
let you off the
what
Wait,
about
yeah,
your
here we
team?
go.
What about your team?
yeah.
What
Are you
where
are
gonna
you
end
going to
up?
stay?
30-year deal, mate. It's done.
30-year
telling
deal.
you, I
You've heard
thought-
it here.
I thought you were going to go there.
Yeah.
And then Kai was going to go to your seat.
Yeah, I was.
That's what I thought
yeah.
was going to happen the whole time.
And what about Will?
you and
Is he staying?
Brenton are good mates, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so I was like, sure they're going to hang out all year and race cars.
Oh,
together.
But what about for you guys? Like, is where's Brody going to go? Do you think? Like,
Well,
what's he doing?
He's probably the biggest player
he
in the
is
market.
the outlier, right? Yeah.
I heard Premiere,
But yeah, I think he's done
Yeah,
it.
I think I heard the same.
but then I've heard
Which would
to
be
you
good-
guys
would be
and
good for
Will's
them.
to Premiere.
Yeah.
So where do I go?
You're staying there.
Oh,
right?
Yeah,
okay.
you're staying. You have a 30-year
Thanks.
deal.
It's wherever you.
30-year deal. It's confirmed.
I
You heard
heard
it
that
here.
you decided which way you were going to go, and whichever way you didn't go, Kai was the other way.
Yeah, right. So we just had to like.
So
me
you
and Kai-
pulled the trump
Yeah.
card,
Yeah, right.
the big play. You slid it back out that contract.
Yeah, just
Like yes.
put it in. Oh.
Hang on.
Here
a
comes
minute.
Kai. Here it comes back out. So,
It's-
okay,
you
so
guys-
just
it-
leave
it-
all those seats aside. Who's going to end up at Erebus?
Exactly.
I think it's gonna be a rookie.
Yeah, I think
Okay,
it's a
you've
Super
been-
2. I think it's a
Who's there?
Barry's
Do they
done
have
it many
a-
times before.
Jared Hughes.
Yeah, there's a
Oh,
couple.
He's one of Paul's favourites too, isn't he?
I think he's
Cooper?
a contender.
Cooper Murray.
Yeah, that's a
He
good
did
call.
do quite well in that.
He's sort of
Super
like
cheap.
Yeah.
he's going pretty good.
You liked his performance there, didn't you?
No, I think he did good to qualify.
Do you like wildcards?
Yeah. What's your feeling on wildcards?
I think they're great for the sport.
Okay. Did you
Yeah.
ever do one? You didn't do a wildcard, did you?
No. I think we were trying to, but it just never worked. I don't think we had the third car
Okay.
at Carley Grove to do one that year.
Right.
I would have liked to though. I think it would have been fun
Mm.
at the bend or something like that. I reckon.
So would you say your percentages are of staying where you are?
Percentages?
Yeah, like we're out of 100. What
Don't
do
know. I haven't really thought about
That's-
it. It's too early in the
That
year.
is a lie.
Too early in the year.
I don't think
I
about
can
it, mate.
guarantee
Just-
you've already
I just
done
let
it.
everyone in the background deal with it.
30-year
Not
deal.
really.
I just heard a 30-year deal.
Yeah.
Confirmed.
Including
was gonna be-
co-driving, obviously.
It
And
was going to be 40, but then because he didn't pick Richard Johnson as his
Yeah,
co-driver,
I lost
they just
10 years
knocked
off the
10
top.
years off it. Remember
30
Decade-
years, where does that take me?
Remember
That takes me
Decade
into my
Dave?
50s.
That's good
That'd
stuff.
be pretty good, wouldn't it?
Does anyone remember Decade Dave?
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah, you would have been there.
I was there at the
Oh,
time.
Decade Dave. Yeah, of
Yeah.
course I do. I know that.
Quickest 10 years of my life.
Yeah. Oh.
Anyway, any more little curveballs?
No, that's about it, really. We've spoke about everything else in the question pile, unless I missed.
No, I think that's it.
So does anyone know what the format is next weekend in or a couple of weekends in Tassie?
I
So
think
we
we're
can
just
talk about
always
that.
2 races now, aren't we?
Do you know what?
Yeah,
are they
there's no-
200s or are they
I would say 200s.
200s?
I'm taking a guess on 200s.
Yeah. I'm not really sure.
They usually are there, aren't they?
Yeah, let's go.
What do you reckon? I reckon we need.
Two
Do you
stop.
remember? I still reckon the best formatting was my first year, which was like a 200-ish on a Saturday, then like a big race on the Sunday. Do Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
We'd always do like a double fuel drop
Yeah.
on the Sunday. It'd be like
Yeah.
300 Ks or something.
We sort of did a mini enduro every time.
It was like, at least 250
Were you
every
here when
Sunday.
we did the 300 at Eastern Creek?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just straight up 300.
Yeah.
I had no helmet fan the whole race. I remember it. It
that's
was
a good
so
time.
annoying. That was my first. That was that year, same year.
that would have been hard work.
So after a couple of podiums, everything going good, you must be pretty confident rolling into Tassie?
Yeah, I mean, for sure, it's been pretty good. You know, we had a couple of slumpers in the middle, Darwin and Perth, but other than that, it's been pretty positive. So yeah, I like to think we are. You know, it's obviously it's hard with the super softs because we saw in Darwin they change up a lot, and some people that were strong could be slow. You know, and but yeah, I'm enjoy going to Tassie. So and I want it to be a track that I really like going to. So you know, I feel like we could do well.
With how cold it is, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah,
like,
it's going to get
lap 4 in qualifying
hard
or
to get-
something
yeah.
like that cold. You know,
yeah.
it's always lap 2, 3.
Yeah, you always do two warm-up laps.
Yeah, I reckon it's going to be sketchy qualifying there. But
Yeah.
so you think Triple Eight are probably going to be the big guns coming on the 16th and 18th of August?
All right. Who's sponsoring it?
Tassie.
Tasmania.
The big guns. Remember when who was that? Crompo called the big guns on TV.
Yeah.
I tried to tease him about it after my little shootout lap, and then I said happy birthday to someone I shouldn't have.
I heard about
I didn't hear that. What happened there?
what was that? Was that just
Oh,
heat of the moment?
Yeah, I don't know. Just
The
slipped
brain,
out.
yeah.
yeah. So that was pretty funny.
When was that at Townsville?
Yeah,
How
What did you say?
bad was your night that
I
night?
said happy birthday to my ex-wife.
It's awesome to turn on. It's Kaz's birthday, Tegan's birthday yesterday. That was a big spin.
Never too much, James, never too much.
All right, I love you, Tegan.
Oh, that's right. I saw that.
But I was referring to my current wife.
What happened there?
Was that the worst? Like,
Oh.
yeah, surely that like you had the worst like night of your life that
No,
night.
luckily enough, Tegan is super cruisy and
Yeah.
she was fine. She laughed about it actually.
Yeah, okay.
Which is I'm the luckiest guy in the world. 'Cause any other guy would have been divorced
In the
again
dog
at
in
that
the
point.
doghouse.
That's a big stuff up, and to walk away from it, you've done well.
Yeah, and it's not. As I was saying it, I was just trying to swallow the words back in again. But yeah, so that was pretty funny. But yeah, so I'll try. I won't tease Neil about his big guns mistake again.
Did you guys
but-
see the when Crompo was going on about the brakes at Townsville?
Nah.
And he was like, here you got the big brake, and then he was like, he's
doing some hand gestures? Was
Oh,
nah, he just
Roughly
I
how
can't
big was the
believe you
brake?
guys- No, I can't believe you guys didn't see it.
Our AP brakes on our cars, nice big dicks.
Do you guys watch the races back?
No.
yeah, but I don't like watch
I watch
all of it.
I watch the whole race back.
Like even the commentary
happily.
before and after. You watch the panel,
sometimes,
all of
yeah,
it.
Yeah, sometimes. Like,
Yeah,
I'm just interested. I'm just a
It
race
just
fan.
happened that you went really good, and they're like
It's
they're
obviously
talking about
a
that
kid that
pain
doesn't
for
have
50%
much
of
else
it.
to
No,
do.
but he was talking about the brake.
Did you watch Darwin back when you
Discs.
struggled?
Yeah.
Oh, you did.
Yeah, well, I was trying to work
How many
out what
times
you
did
guys
you watch
were
the
doing.
win?
How
How many
many
times you watched the win?
Me win?
Yeah.
Today or
Oh,
Yeah.
no, I only watched the race back once.
no, you
Every
didn't.
race.
No, you didn't.
No,
You watched
did
it back
all
once.
the
You
time.
showed your girlfriend another time.
Nah,
Then you watched it.
Nah. I
Watched it alone one time.
It was actually really funny because when I came back to Melbourne, my girlfriend was house sitting for some of their friends,
Right.
family friends, and in their house they have a theater room, right? And I'm like, man, gonna get in the theater room. I'm gonna put it on
Watch
KO.
my race win back.
Watch
In some
Townsville
person's
back.
house.
Oh man, it was great. I had the best time.
What-
And then I saw
Then you watched the race.
Larko explaining the brakes, and he was like, "Yeah, we got the." He was talking about the brake bias, how you adjust the brake bias. Like
Do you
over a
adjust
step.
your brake bias much?
I can't find it when I try and find it.
Are you in between corners?
Yeah, are you a
I
shot
can't
like
do
a-
it. I can't
you
do
are-
enough. Like it doesn't. I
doesn't
used to
change
like
it
on the
enough.
big swinger all
Yeah.
the time, but now
Yeah, I struggle with that. Some like if I go
Wait,
like 4
what did
clicks,
you-
I don't.
on the big like
On the big.
on the big swing, yeah. What? Would you have other ideas?
No, we're just talking about the big brake calipers. And then you're talking about the
Nah,
big
well-
swinger.
well-
It was a big swinger.
Yeah.
Right in the left hand, straight to the front.
It's on a swivel too.
Yeah, it was.
Anyway, Larko's going on about
Just
the
turn the
brake
top a little
discs.
bit to do like small changes.
Yeah. How do you
The
guys
micro
feel
and
about
macro.
how do you guys feel about BJR's brake bias adjuster on their gear lever?
Sounds like a lot of work.
I feel like that would be hard work.
It'd be a technique shift for me.
Yeah, like
Because if you hold pressure on the shifter, it then doesn't cut. So you have
No.
to like air hold and twist. It would
But
be annoying. I reckon.
I don't think I'd
Hover
have got,
hold
Yeah, hover
Hover
hold.
hold.
There we go.
Yeah, I feel like I could do it quicker.
down there.
Like with my hand. I've moved it to the left. I've done that. Still don't
What about
shift
how we
it.
still don't have no roll bar adjusters? and
no
stuff?
roll bar
You're still good with that?
adjusters.
It would be
Um,
nice.
Yeah, I feel like it would change things again. Yeah, I wouldn't say no.
I don't think it would change the race at all, though.
No, I think it would help us a little bit with,
Tyre
tire
wear.
dig and that.
Yeah, like it help us, but I don't
offset.
think it changes the
It doesn't change.
result.
The show.
No,
but
probably
it
not.
still does from the, like an in-car point of view. Even when you show people the car, they're like, "Oh, what are those things?" They're cool.
Yeah,
It
there's
is
not
really
nothing
cool.
really in there at the moment. When you look in it, you think, it looks really cool, but it's pretty simple. Like it's
Kind of like new road cars when you're looking.
Yeah.
It's just plain inside.
The
And
dash
everyone's
is-
is the same
Where's all the stuff
as
you
well.
adjust?
Yeah,
Pretty much, like
Yeah.
everyone's is 99% the same.
but
Oh.
you've got that big shaft that you.
And I used to have it.
Oh,
I lost
right,
it
yeah,
in this
okay.
car, obviously. Now I've just got the turning knob.
Remember Kelly's used to have like a paddle
Yeah,
system?
actually, I used that actually a bit because we had it when I did Bathurst in 22 with Holdsworth, and then I had it on my Super 2.
But how does that work? Is
It's
it
like-
running
it's
off a
like-
like,
Yeah, it's like a cable on a little wheel, and then you pull it, and
Oh.
it goes. I
Long
can't
way.
remember. Like
It's
it-
kind of cool.
You used to be able to tune how much it changed when you pulled it. It's hard to get it right because like you could do a pull and then like you'd do a pull to go back, but sometimes it wouldn't go
Line up.
back. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
right.
it was
At DJ's, we had, when I was there, Numbers, who was the technical director, designed a ratchet roll bar, which is pretty cool. So in the straight, you could, if you knew, the corner exit or whatever you wanted,
like-
softer bar, you'd hit it 3 times and then you just hit the button on the top. And
And
as
it-
you'd come
boom.
out, it would then go back to it.
wow.
And it was just a ratchet. And so the lever would always stay in the middle and you could just put
Yeah,
how
right.
many you want. And
I think they banned that. Hey,
Yeah.
yeah,
that was cool.
that would be cool. Man,
Yeah,
that'd be
I
a lot of work.
I
Yeah, as
love
well.
all the
Like it looked
fancy
beautiful.
old stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
all
I
that
love-
sort of stuff was
I
cool.
love all the tech that
But
the
even, like,
engineers come up with, and
Bring back some water brakes and stuff.
Yeah.
Roll bar the rear roll center adjuster.
Yeah, the roll center in the window. Come on.
All that stuff was
down
cool.
Yeah.
down the top, like just
Yeah, that was good. Like it's just in mid quality, I just a little roll center adjustment.
yeah.
I had that for a year in my Super 2 car.
Like in the races now, it's so tight to even. Okay. Well, I think we have to wrap up. We're just
I think
getting
we've.
shut down.
I think we've.
We'll talk forever.
We're having a good time.
It will, but it's been great having you both here.
Thank
It's been,
you.
The
Yeah,
chat
it's
has been
been
awesome.
awesome.
As you can see, we had to just abruptly shut it off. But
You've been a
but
good host, JC.
I
Yeah.
don't know about that.
You
The
should-
hostess with the mostess.
You should keep this up.
If you guys want to jump in the market or selling the properties you have, just don't forget to give me a call. I work at McGrath. McGrath or any
got a
listeners.
car there, or-
Yeah, McGrath, North Gold Coast. So jump on and I'll do a deal for you anywhere nationally. But,
Surely Matt is in the buying market.
Nah. I'm pretty happy with where I am.
But the next event coming up, Tassie, 16th to 18th of August. It's been the drivers only Queensland edition. It's
been great.
Boys.
Yeah, I've
Thank
enjoyed
you.
it.
Go again sometime.
Beauty.